Hello, boys. Did you miss me? It's been quite a long time. More than a week? I think more than a week. But a lot of stuff happened during this week, so that's why I couldn't really, stream. But yeah. How you have been doing? Hello, Tony. Nice to see you. So yeah, I've been more than a week. I think the last stream was 10 days ago or so. I don't know. I can go and check. But yeah, the reason is that we managed to do. The last stream was on the 12th, so yeah, quite a bit. 8 days. So the reason is that the weekend has been gone through the release of the alpha version, and to the updates of the alpha version. So we did a lot of work last weekend and previous weekend to actually put the alpha version out, which I think is great. And now is actually out. So let me move this the other way. And now it's actually out, so people can test it. Now we started with the release to the Patreon people, Patreon supporter first, but then now it's available also to all the let's say long time players or veteran players. I don't know how you want to call them, so that yeah, we can. So if you want to try it, you can try it. It's no problem, and I want to thank you really, the people that are supporting us, and the people that are helping us to make the game. At the moment I was a bit alone some time ago, but now I have to say that the team is insane. So we have a lot of people helping me, and we have graphics helping me, we have rules, we have settings, we have so many people that are helping at the moment. It's very nice. The core team at the moment is, let's say, 5-6 people, which is, I think, is a good size. Obviously everyone is doing it in the spare time, so mostly in the evenings and in the weekends, but I think they're doing good progress. Which is nice. And we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the moment. Hey, Uncle Tasky, welcome back. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, we have a few things. So first of all, I have a Mac Mini. Mac Mini is a very cute but not very powerful device. Mac Mini is a thing like that, right? And I have one of those, not the most powerful one. Let's say the kind of the basic one. I think I paid it like 500 or 600 euro at that time. I don't remember, but so it's not super powerful, but I have it. And the main reason I bought it was only to compile Plane Shift and to release Plane Shift on Mac. Plane Shift Unreal, because I bought it actually recently. So, recently, I don't know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I think. So, some time ago. So now the Mac Mini is getting updated, because he was having still kind of a Sierra OS. Sierra OS is a bit old for sure. I think it's 2017 or 16 or 17. So it's a bit old operating system. And I don't think it's the one that I used, by the way, to compile the Crystal Hunt game, which was kind of a tech demo just to show that we could run, on different platforms, and that is actually working fine. So now I cannot stream it because I cannot stream for the Mac Mini, but I am in front of it right now, and in front of the screen, which is like on the other side of my living room, but I can bring there the microphone. So, and what I did, I updated it. Just try to log in. I updated it to the latest OS because the Sierra OS is again, it's pretty old. Didn't know exactly if it was a good idea or not, but then I seen that there are some unsupported stuff on the old operating system, and so I decided to upgrade it. So I just finished the upgrade, and I'm just checking now. I'm just looking at it to see if everything. Yeah, I mean, it started up with Catalina, which is the latest version of the operating system, so it seems to be up and running at the moment. It's just having some issue. This Mac can't connect to Apple Media Service because of a problem with your Apple ID. Okay, so it's complaining a bit about the Apple ID. He wants me to log in with my Apple ID, which I think is okay. I have an Apple ID, yes. So you cannot see it because it's on another screen, but sign in with your organizational account. Well, I think I will have to probably change that. Apple ID, I don't know, but anyway, it's working. So I just wanted to double check, that it's working, and yes, it seems to be fully working. So what I need to do, let me go back to my main PC. What I need to do now that is upgraded to Catalina, which is very nice. I want to. I'm back here. I want to download the latest Unreal, compile the latest Unreal there, and then compile also the latest PlaneShift and try release on Mac, which I think will be pretty cool because it's the last one that we are missing. By the way, there's been one guy helping me on the Mac side, and he compiled this guide. Now, one thing that it doesn't mention is Xcode version, because here it says install the latest version of Xcode. Now, I think I can. Okay, I think I will do this, but not on stream. But I will do this. So I need to, because I think my Xcode is pretty old, and so I will follow this guide, and try to compile it. Maybe tomorrow evening, and try to release a version of Mac. I think there will be a few people pretty happy about it because we have people active on Mac. They want to play the game, and at the moment the old game is having some issue with on Mac. So I think that this will be nice for them. Okay, so what I wanted to do tonight, unfortunately I connected very late. The reason I connected late, it was I was trying to do some, I had some real life stuff going on, and so I couldn't really connect earlier, unfortunately, but that is resolved, so I'm pretty happy that's resolved, and so I can now dedicate a bit of time to PlaneShift again. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to show names on top of characters and on top of items. This is already happening in the old game, but it's not happening in the new game. So I want to do that, and to do that should be fairly easy. So what I did, I added a text, render text object to my character blueprint, which is a superclass of all our characters blueprints, and on this one I'm creating now a function which is called show name text with a show or no show boolean value, and I will use this one on items and on characters. So now that I'm thinking, I'm inside the character BP, so this one you know. Yeah, it has to happen only client side, by the way. Yeah, so I don't have to broadcast it to anyone. Yeah, it only has to happen client side, and it has to happen. I think I need to rename this, otherwise it may be confusing. It may be confusing. I think I should rename this show name. Show name text on selected item. Okay, I think it should be like this, because it's not that I'm showing the name text of this character, I'm showing the name text of the character that I have selected. Hello Abdin, hey, welcome. I don't know if you are aware, but if you want to try the alpha is out, and so if you are a player, since if you have more than 200 hours of gameplay in the old game at the moment, you can get the link to download the game, to download the alpha version. Or if you are a Patreon, you can also get the link. It's on Patreon, and there are all the instructions to download it. Okay, so so the thing I want to do here is to understand if this object is a character or if this object is a PS item actor, right? Which can be only these two cases at the moment. If it's none of the two, we will just do nothing, okay? But if it's one of the two, we will enable the text on top. So we have this character text, and then I have to put it also on the item. So the item actor doesn't have a blueprint though. The item actor, does the item actor has a blueprint? Actually not. I don't think so, right? I think our item actor is only a C++ class. Yes. I think so. So in this case, yeah, he's only a C++ class. So, or I make a blueprint out of this, but I don't know if I want to. I don't think it's needed. But what I would like to do, I would like to add a new component to this one. So I would like to add to this one a text render component. So how to add a text render component from C++? Or any component, by the way. I don't think that I need the text component. So I would like to add, I would like to add a component, but I would like to add it from C++. Right? Okay, there is this nice video, I guess, which is the one that is linked everywhere. So, but probably is also here. But it is creating a new. Okay, this is generating a completely new component. No, what I need is to add it to, but I think it will do it. Add bitboard component, blah blah blah. So it is the component itself. No, I would like to register a new component into my character. Add component. I think it's just add component something. I think it's probably easier than I'm thinking too. Yeah, there is an add component. The problem is if I have a snippet, it will be much easier for me, you know. There it is. Use static mesh component. So for example, in this case, he's adding a static mesh component. So he's adding a class for it. So he's declaring the class as a U property, and then he's creating the default sub object. I don't know if this works only also for static meshes or it works for everything. Probably it works for everything. Yes, and then you have to set like his properties. Which I think is fine. I think this is exactly what I want to do, right? Without doing it in a blueprint. I think it could be a good exercise for me also to understand how to do this kind of stuff, because I didn't manipulate too much, you know, the components from C++ or the, you know, yeah, the blueprint stuff from C++. I didn't use it too much. So I think what you can do. Hello people. I see new people join. Welcome to the stream. So what I want to do, I think I want to add here under public, right, some new I think it's a property, so I think we can put it down here, and we can use kind of the same thing. So blueprint read and write, I mean, it's similar to this. Probably in my case it would not be a U static mesh component. In my case it will be a text render component, which I have no idea how it's called in. I think it would be U text render, something like that. U text render component, yeah, I think it's as simple as that. So let me try to create this. So to say, I want to create a new U text render component, and we will call it, let me call it the same as we have for the character. It's called the character name text. Okay, so let's say this one will be called char name text. And I don't know if I have to include anything, or if he's getting it like this. Probably you can get it like this. And then what I need to do, for sure, I need to initialize it on the constructor, right? Now here it doesn't say, yeah, in the constructor, yes, in the constructor I need to do this create default object of my thingy. So let me see where I have, I think I have an empty constructor. I have an empty constructor here, but it should be declared, yes, it's here. I already created a mesh for, I already do this for the static mesh component. Okay, nice. So actually I was already doing it for something. I was already doing it for the mesh. Yes. I'm already doing it for the mesh. So yeah. What is this item config? No. Let's call it just plain shift, whatever. And so yes, in the same way, here I need to have my oops. Okay, I clicked something I should have not clicked. I will call it like this, and I will do create a default object of my utext render component, and the name of this thing will be character name text. Why not? Sorry, item. Why I called it character? Item name text, not character. Item name text. Okay. Hello, more than lots way. Welcome. Hello. So we are declaring this like this. Then we are creating it here. Now I assume that, well, there should be a number of properties. You know, like the positioning. Like the positioning, I think will be a bit tricky because I want the position to be, and also the font size and all of that. But in theory, I think I can access, you know, I should be able to access all of this from here, assuming that my Visual Studio wakes up, but I should be able to release it, to access it from here. So I think there should be a font size. So there is a set font. I don't know if there is also a set font. Can I get the parameters, please? I just got U font, U value. Okay, for now we will leave it with the default font, but I think we need to do something like that, because I think for sure I will need to reduce a bit the size, and I will have to set also the position of this. But let's see if it just shows up, and then I think if we do like set relative location, I think this will be the one that allows us to put it in the right spot, because we want it to be, you know, at the top of the item. Yeah, it's taking an f vector which is relative to this. So I think we can try it already. So we can do like, you know, f vector of, so will be I think we can do just 0 0 and then like 20 centimeters on top. I don't know if we start from the top of the item. I think we start from the middle of the item. So we will have to calculate the sides and move it on top. I don't know. Let's try a kind of a 20 centimeter and see what happens. Okay. Then we will have no default text, so it will be hidden by default. Yes, I have to. I think I need to set the visibility as default. Set visibility. I need to set it as collapsed. So new visibility false. I think we can start with a false visibility, so it will not be visible at the beginning, and I think I should do the same, you know, with my character. Visible should be off. Yes, exactly. So this one should be off, and then when we get it, so now if we recompile, I should save this and recompile, and we should see the component then here, right, in theory. So let me see if that works. Let me close the editor though, because I don't want character select widget. Did I change something here? No idea. I don't think I changed anything there. Anyway. Yes, probably is the. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so let me recompile like this. So here we are just creating a new text render component. When we can try the Linux client, you can try the Linux client today. Is released. Are you a veteran player? Meaning that you have more than 200 hours of gameplay? Aberdeen? In the old game? Or are you a Patreon? One of the two? Because those are at the moment the two criterias to enter the to get the alpha version. One or the other, boys. And the reason that we are restricting it to people is just because we don't want to have, you know, too many players online at the moment. Because otherwise it's very hard for me to debug the potential problem, the issue that we are getting. You don't? Okay, you don't on one, you don't on the other. Then you have to wait a bit more. We will release it anyway, but you have to wait a bit more. We will release it for everyone. I mean, I don't know when, but as soon as it's stable enough, you know, the only reason to restrict it is because I don't want to have, you know, many players getting in asking for help, like, hey, I cannot load my characters, hey, it's not working, hey, can you move me, hey, can you teleport me. I mean, it's happening already, but it's happening with a limited amount of people, and that's manageable. If we start to be too many, it will not be manageable. So I need to, you know, manage my time and you know, ensure that we have a limited amount of people in. I mean, you can become a Patreon for $3. $3 is like 2 coffee, half a beer, or you can just wait a bit more. Just wait a bit more. Just hang on there. Okay, so let me see if let me see if I can see now the property from here, and I should be able to see it. Now the question is if I will be able to set it as well, but I think it's generating. So now from here, if I do item name text, yes, you see, it appears. So now we have it. So this thing is the one that we added to C++ here. Isn't this beautiful, boys? The fact that you can immediately see, I mean, maybe for you it's not, but for me it is. It's very nice that we can do this. Okay, so PS character. So if it's a PS character, we get this one. The first thing we need to do, we need to set the visibility to true. Assuming that, yeah, we need a branch here, right? We need a branch. So if is a character and we are saying that the visibility should be turned on, so this thing should be turned on, then we set the visibility to true of this one. Well, the name to display actually is always the same one, so I don't think we should set the text all the time, no? I think we can set the text one time when the character, well, it's true that the character may change his name. That's an interesting point, but okay, so when you do change name, at the moment it will be probably wrong. It will be outdated. Yeah, but it's okay. I think it's fine. But we can set the name here. But the idea is that maybe we can set the name. Actually, we have the name in a replicated property. I think that the name is the character name. The character name is replicated client side for sure. The item name, I don't think so. I think we need to replicate it. But for the character, I'm pretty sure it is. We have the full name here, you see, that is replicated. So in theory, if we get the full name of this guy, we should be, you know, 0.00 milliseconds, because we already have it. I mean, it's very quick because we already have it on the client. So so if I get this guy and I get the full name, right? I don't know what is the difference between this one and this one. Because This one is a function that I made available to blueprints to access the full name, but actually is not needed, because if I replicate this, I mean, unless there is some logic inside this function, but I don't think there is, I think I just need to replicate the variable and automatically I get the accessors. You see, I have a get and set of the full name. So okay, so let's use this one. So I need to set on this guy the text, which I hope is something like set text. Yes, set text. So we set, yeah, you see that it gives you this small symbol here, these two spheres or whatever, these two balls, is because the variable is replicated, right? And so it tells you that it's replicated, and so you can use it also client side. So I think we can set the text anyway. It's a bit useless to set the text all the time, huh? I agree. I know what you are thinking, and I'm thinking the same. It's kind of useless. I mean, we should not set the text all the time, but for now we set it all the time. It's only when you click, so it's super, you know, it's no problem. So we set that, and then based on the visibility, we, well, at least we can set it only when it's visible through. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. At least this is bad, but less bad, you know. You can set it only when the visibility is true, right? And if we say it's false, then the visibility will be false. Simple as that. So this will be visibility true, and this will be visibility false. So this one, so here the text will disappear from the top of the character, right? Then the other thing we need to do it for the item. So we need to have the same thing. The only problem is that at the moment the item does not have his name replicated. You see, there is no name replication. So what we need to do, I want to replicate it because it's super important. So what we need to do, we will replicate. The problem is that it will replicate it for all the, yeah, but for all the actors. I think it's good. It's for all the actors. So how do we get the name of this thing? The name, I think item name, item get name. Yeah, that is the name. It is the name. Is available in his properties. The problem is that is inside an object. This is not very good. This is not very good. How do I... Because the name is inside a structure which is called PS item, right? PS item is our object for... So can I expose only... Can I expose only the item name of an object that is not a U object? I don't think so. So or I make also PS item, or I make also this, or a U object, but I don't want to do that. Or I just have my item name, you know, set on my PS item. I think I will create a new variable on it. Yeah, I think I will. And I will ensure that this variable is always kept up to date, you know. I think it's the best way. So let me create a new property, which will be, yeah, exactly like this, with the difference that this one will not be a class, but will be an f string, and will be called item name, right? Will be called item name. Now this item name will be set whenever I'm creating Yeah, I think we have this set item data. You know, when we have this set item data is when we do the job. Yeah. Visual Studio. I understand. Is here. Set item data. Yeah. So the only thing we need to do in addition to this is to set the item name equal to item data, and then I think was what was get name, was get item name. Please Visual Studio, wake up. Okay, thank you. So was name or item name or something, get name. Okay, it was get name. So we set it to this. Now when we rename an item, we have to check that it still works, but I think it should be fine. So anyway, this is when it's created. So in this case, right, I prefer to close the editor because I don't want the hot reloads, you know, I really don't want it. Set visibility. Yes, it's complaining because we didn't. Hello guys. Hey, if you have any question about the game or if you have any question on what I'm doing, please just ask. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. What is this thing? Okay. Okay, so let me save this. Let me close it. So we need to recompile this, but also we need to propagate this. We need to replicate it, okay? Because at the moment, this thing is not replicated, right? Well, actually, also the text render is not replicated. But I think the components are automatically replicated, I guess. I hope so. We will see. So item name, I need to make it. So let's go and check an example. We have plenty of examples here because in PS character we are already replicating a bunch of stuff. For example, we said we are replicating the full name, right? So the full name should be, there it is. So you have to set it as replicated, okay? And then you also, the first thing we need to do, we need to go here and set this thing as replicated. And then the second thing we need to do, we need to go like the same as in PS character. We need to create this get lifetime replicated props, which I think for our object doesn't exist yet. So let me just copy this. For our item actor, I assume it doesn't exist. Oh no, it exists already. Because we are replicating the material ID, the collision type. Okay, it exists already. Okay, we are already replicating few things. Yes, the collision type. I remember that. So we can say item name, right? Visual Studio is sleeping as usual. It's faster for me to do it than to. Okay. So we replicate it like this. So now we should be replicated property. And yeah. Okay, so if I recompile, we should also have the item name on the client, which is always good. Now I hope to release also the Mac version soon, because I really want to see if on Mac is working properly. I think it will, by the way, because I'm pretty confident Unreal Engine is smart enough, you know. Do you think I can get a shell to my Mac Mini? I think I should be able to now. If I create a new, let me try to create a new thing. My Mac Mini. How do I see the? I need to see the IP. I need to see the IP of the Mac Mini and see if we can. How do you see your IP? How do you see your IP from Mac? Mac OS CIP. Find your IP address on Mac. Knowing your IP address is important. Yeah, I know. From Mac, can I do it from a terminal? Ah, yes. It's the same as Linux. Very nice. So ifconfig grab 1 second. One point seven. So let me see. So if I do something like 192, 168.1.7, which is my subnet, and I call this Mac Mini, and yes, and I load it and I open it. Connection refused. Why? You cannot. I mean, I think I need to enable something. Maybe on the Mac Mini to telnet into it. Port 22 SSH. It just says connection refused. It just says connection refused. Is it closed by default? Is there any Mac user here? Enable SSH Mac or SSH login Mac OS X. Enable remote login. Yes. I have to enable SSH and HTTP server in Mac OS with remote login. By starting remote login server enables. Very, very nice. Open the system preferences from the Apple menu and click on sharing. Open the system preferences from the Apple menu. Okay, 1 second. What is the Apple menu? Enter your password. It's asking me, so I can bring my microphone with me if you want to know what I'm doing. I wanted to enable the telnet there, so please enter the verification code sent to your other device. Oh my god, it's asking me. He sent me a number on my phone. He sent me something. Yeah, I know. No one is hacking my thing. It's saying, do you think someone is hacking your device for Apple? Do you want to change? No, I don't want to change. I just want to... No, you didn't send me any message, man. He's saying he sent me a message, but he didn't send me a message. At least he didn't send me an SMS. I think he sent me an internal thing that I misclicked. And fuck, I think I have to do it again. Did not get a verification code. Okay, it's asking me for a verification code. I don't know what the hell it wants, but send a new code. Yes, send a new code, man. Yeah, please send a new code. Okay, I can allow. Here it is. I should have clicked on it. Okay, this is the code. Okay, let me put it in. Okay, I think it's confirming it now. I don't know why I need to do this, but I think it's because I upgraded to this Catalina OS, and so for some reason now is complaining about it. Yes, I think he got it. One account to everything. Okay, I think he liked it. I have the feeling that he liked it. So I'm in the system now. I need to go to, we said, system preferences. Okay, system preference I have. He said to go under security or what? He said I need to go. He said I need to go under sharing. Apple menu. Click on sharing. Apple menu. Click on sharing. I don't see a sharing there, by the way, but I see an overview, a password and security. I see an iCloud. I see an overview. I see. I can search for sharing. Sharing. Yeah, there is a sharing thing. Sharing. Okay, sharing I found, which is a good news. Unfortunately, this Mac Mini is super slow, but. Allora, screen sharing, file sharing, media sharing, remote login. There it is, I found it. Remote login. So I can enable it. Remote login on. To log in on this computer remotely, type SSH blah blah blah. Yeah, if I can do it with the IP address, I would prefer, but okay, it seems to be enabled. Let me try again. No, because if you can manage it from here, I think it will be easier. First, because you can see what I'm doing, which is kind of cool. The start session. The server host key is not caching the registry. You have no guarantee. Yeah, but it's my PC, so I think it's fine. Using name plane shift. No, you cannot use plane shift because there is no user plane shift. So I think I need to change it in the options. I think I need to change it in the. No, I think I cannot do it like this. But anyway, it worked. I think he answered to my. I don't know why I always pop up on the wrong screen, but it's okay. Mac Mini load. So in terms of connection, I need to give it my username. Okay. Which is Luke, by the way. So, okay. Let me see if he logs in. Nice! Okay, so we are inside the Mac Mini, which is pretty cool. I don't know why the title is plane shift, and I will have to change that because I wanted to have a different name. Load. Where I see the name, session, login, terminal, keyboard, window, appearance, behavior. Here it is, window title. Yeah, window title will be Luke at Mac Mini. Luke at Mac Mini sounds pretty cool. Okay. Ah, finally. You see, so at least I know where I am, you know. I know where I am. Okay, so it logs in. Now maybe we can make it a bit bigger, otherwise you cannot see anything. But that's the... I don't think it will be for today, but maybe we can do some work in the background while we are waiting for compilation and other stuff. So I'm... font change 14, okay. Okay, so it's a bit bigger here. Okay, so here we see the Mac Mini thing. Very nice. As you can see, what I have here, I have my Crystal Hunt, I have my Unreal Engine. So what we will need to do, we will be to go into Unreal Engine and update the first thing we need to do. We need to update Unreal Engine to the latest version, right? So let me launch it so it's doing it in the background while we do other stuff. Okay, so we can do two things at the same time, which is always something that I like a lot. So saving time is always a great idea. So let me go here, let me go here, and let me go here. So we need to do the following thing. We need to do a git fetch. Luckily, I have Unreal Engine already installed, but it's an old version. You see, 2017. So it's the version that I used long time ago when we created the first Crystal Hunt game. And yeah, do you think it works or not? It's taking a lot of time. Okay, I will let it stay there and see what happens. Okay, meanwhile, what were we doing? Yes, we recompiled, we waited a recompilation of this. This one succeeded, which is nice. So now it should be replicated. So if we restart the editor, we should now see the name there as a replicated variable. So if I go back to my BP character, by the way, sometimes, you know, I'm thinking why I have the character control inside the BP character and not inside my PlaneShift player controller. It's something that I'm thinking already since some time, but like this logic wouldn't be better, because it's a logic that applies only to a player, not to an NPC, right? But okay, at the moment I'm leaving a lot inside PS character, but I think that as a cleanup, maybe we could decide what should go, you know, in one place or in the other place. This git fetch is doing absolutely nothing. I don't know if he's stuck, is doing something, or is just dead. I don't know. Okay, anyway, so let me see if we see now the name, item name. We don't see it. Ah no, sorry, it's from here. Item name. There it is. Get item name. Perfect. It is the replicated one. Why git fetch is doing nothing on this machine? No idea. It's not. I mean, it's connected to the internet for sure. Let me see if we can go to, if I can open a web page, but for sure, yes. Yeah, it's opening. Yeah, it's opening web pages, so it's definitely connected to the internet. I don't know why this git fetch is doing nothing. I think the command is just git fetch, right? It doesn't have any other parameters. I can try this one and see if he's back. Maybe there is some firewall or some shit like set in Catalina when I did the upgrade that is not allowing me to go out on certain ports, so like it buys security. Fuck, probably yes. Because it seems he's not getting out. He's not going out. I don't know. Okay, let's continue on this. So item name. So item name we get it, which is very nice. So we should do exactly the same thing. So we should set, you know, the text of this guy. So set text of this guy to true equal to this, and here we should set the visibility to visible, right? To visible for this component, right? And then if is false, we should set the visibility to false for this component, right? So exactly the same thing we do above, by the way, so no differences. Well, here we have the branch. Well, we have the branch a bit forward because okay, anyway, yeah, it's not aligned, but it's fine. Okay, so visible, not visible. Target is set on all three. Okay, I don't know if it will work, but it should. Okay, let's see what happens. So what I'm expecting, I mean, am I calling this thing or no? No, I'm not calling this thing. So I need to call it. If I don't call it, it will never work. So show name text on selected actor. On selected actor should not be item. Should be selected actor. Yes. Let's say show name. I think show name is enough. Show name on selected actor. Okay, so this one, when do we need to call it? We need to call it when the player right clicks on an object or a character. So this happens exactly here, left mouse action input, as you can see, and is happening is happening inside of this. Is happening inside of this mess. Now here we're just tracing under the mouse, we don't care. Here we get an item, blah blah blah. Okay, we create the emitter, so the particle effect under the item of the player, and then here somewhere, I don't know exactly where, but here somewhere we should set. Now the problem is the selected object is an actor, but yes, I think we have it as an actor, right? We have the input, we set it as a generic actor. Yes, good. So we should do it before destroying the component. So we should do it like here. So like in the middle of this. Why these lines are all fucked up? Okay. We should do it like here. So if the object is the same, we do nothing. If the object is new, right? So it's the first time we select something, and the object is this one. This one. We enable the name, so we show the name, right? Selected object marker destroy. The problem is that we need to remove it from the previous one. Yes, this is the previous one. There is the previous one. So No. We need to remove it from the previous one that we have selected. And enable it on the new one. So I think we can do this and copy this one and put it here and say that on this one we enable it. Okay, so on the previously selected object we disable it, and on the new selected object we enable it. Okay, this is working for the PS character. Now, is it for the PS character or is it for everything? Oh fuck, this is for PS item actor, PS character, PS item actor. No, it works also for PS item actor, because PS item actor, you see, goes through this. This is PS item actor, goes through this, and it goes here. So it should be fine. I'm not 100% sure. I would say like I'm more than 20% sure, but I think it should be okay. Should be okay. What happens down here? Down here is when we remove the selection. So also here we should do it. Before this, we should remove, before destroying the actor. Before destroying the actor, we should remove the name on top of the item. And in this case is what? Is selected object again. Yeah, selected object, which is the current one. Before we clear it out, because as you can see here, we clear out the selected object. So we have to do it before and then we can clear it out. Okay. So we can save this and we can test it. Is my git fetch doing anything? I think, is there any Mac users here? It's not working, boys. Git. So the enable remote login worked okay, but Mac OS X Git not working. I think it's a firewall thing. I mean, why Git? I mean, Git like this does something or no? Let me try from the terminal. I don't know if he wants to open, maybe he wants to open a window or something. We try from here. That's the same. It does exactly the same. I don't remember if when I installed it the last time, I did any special I did any special commands or whatever, but I think I was using Git from the command line, yeah. But if I do Git also from the Mac Mini directly, it's still it's still doing nothing. So Git Git, what we can say, it doesn't do anything. Git freezes or stalls or no output, no output, no output. I don't know. I will have to figure it out. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why. I will ask to someone maybe. Okay, so we have done this. Let me see if it works, right? So to see if it works, I think the easiest is to go in our old database, because I don't think I need the new database. I think I need the old database. Okay, it's already set to the old database. I'm just checking on the other screen. So I think if I launch the server, it should already be running on the old database. And we can see if the database should be up, right? It's up. Yeah, run it on the old database, so he has a minimum setup. The only thing I need one item and one NPC. Yeah, I wanted to add this name on top of a character and top of item because it's so annoying at the moment you select something you don't see what is it. Now in the old game we had a lot of options for that, so we had why am I still using this account? I think this will not work because the server is still loading the maps. Server is still loading the maps, so it will still take a bit. But I think it should be guessed, no? There has been some updates to the maps, so I don't know if now he has to recalculate shaders and stuff. We did some work to reduce, the number of maps, and there's still so many. Hello, Gian. Welcome. How are you? We released the alpha, which is pretty cool. Now I'm working on a few improvements, and then maybe I will. Okay, let me see if we can log in now. What the hell? I'm in an impossible position, or it's still loading? I think it's still loading. No? Yeah. I don't know why some levels are showing during the loading, like if those levels are not, I mean, like if they have an infinite distance or something. It's pretty strange. But anyway, it works also on myself. Yeah, you see the text? I mean, it's not positioned in the proper place, but you see it? You see the text here? But it shows. And unfortunately, it works also on myself, so we have to exclude ourselves. Otherwise, we see the name of ourselves is a bit stupid. I mean, we know our name for sure, but it seems that it's kind of working. So let me try. If I go to another NPC, then I will just have to position it right, but I think it's pretty much okay. Then I want to see if it works for the items. If I click on that guy, yes, Maylank, yeah, it's just positioned wrong, but you see it's positioned there. Now if I click on something else, you see that he disappears. When I click on him, he appears again. If I click on me, his one disappears and my appears. Now I just have to put it that he's always facing me, but I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so we need to do... Let me see if it works with items, though, because... Do we have an item on the ground? No, we can drop one. On the item it did not work, huh? On the item is not working. On the item is not working. The item is the one where we got the component created from C++ and not from the blueprint, so maybe there is some initialization needed because it's actually not showing. I have to check. I don't know if I have to set the font or I have to set something, by the code. Because at the moment in the code, the only thing that I did, very, very simply, I just created the text render, I just created a text render component and then I have initialized it. The question is why we use the text render component and not a widget? Because I think we did this mistake already one time. So that we decided to use the text render component. But then I was not able to, I mean, I had to rotate it and stuff, while with the widget I can just say that he's always looking at me and is much better. He's just changing the screen position. Yeah, I think we should do it with a widget, right? Also because in the widget we can automatically change the font and which is the same that we did for the speech bubble, by the way. Because the speech bubble is a widget component. Okay, let's try to change. I think it's okay. I can change it. It's not a problem. The only problem is that I will have to create, the new widget when the... No, I can create the new widget immediately. Yeah, I think, I don't know, you might need to do item name text setup attachment. Okay, but I'm thinking that the text render component, I think we did this mistake already one time, right? We tried to use the text render, but then the text render was having a number of issues, like setting a different font, you know, scaling it. Was a kind of a mess. So I think we need to change this. I think we need to change this and make it a widget. And we will call it char name tag. I cannot call it the same. Now if I delete this one and I create the other one, I think the editor will go crazy. Let's try. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't allow me to name it as the other one, even if the other one is deleted. I will call it character name text. So I will similar, but so character name text, right? So this thing, what was the trick? So I had to set it as a screen space. So screen space was the first trick, right? And then, but I need to create it. Yeah, now it's complaining obviously because all of this is not working anymore. But okay, it's fine, as expected. So it's pretty much expected. Now we have a get character name text. Yes. So this one now is connected to this. Assuming that he likes it, if it doesn't change the... No, this is, I have to redo it, because yeah, this one will have, no, we have to create, we have to cast it to the proper widget type. So we have to create it, first we have to create a widget. If we don't create a widget, we will not go anywhere, okay? We will not go anywhere. So let me create a new widget. Do we have a widget I can reuse? No. I think I will call it win name. Okay, let me create a new widget. User interface widget. We will call it win name text. Okay, this thing. This will be super simple. It will only be one text box and nothing else, right? And as usual, I don't remember how to do this, but anyway, we need to center this thing in the middle, or I will center it at the bottom. I don't know, I will center it at the bottom. Anyway, it will be placed on top, you know, and I think I can. So this one will be called text name. Text name, it has to be a variable, yes. And so I will set this thing to be widget class win name text. Okay, win name text. So here from the blueprint is easy. The problem will be in C++ because for items we don't have a blueprint. So or we create a blueprint or we need to do it by C++. So I get this. Now, does he know that is this particular class? I think no. Huh? It doesn't know it. Get character name text whatever. No, it just says widget component. So I think we need to cast it to our win widget. No, I cannot. There was a trick. I have to get widget. I have to get widget component. Get widget user object. Yes, it was this thing. And then here I need to cast to. Here I need to cast to my win name something. Yes. And then yeah, there was this trick that I remember. And then what we need to do with this one, we need to set the text and then set the visibility. So I think this we can do it, you know, before everything. So we should do it here. So we do it only one time. I mean, if it cast failed, it's GG. I mean, in that case, it seems that something pretty broken happened. So if we cannot cast it to our widget, is a problem. So here with this widget now, we can get our txt name, and finally we can set the text. Now, yeah, it would be different. Set text would be a different thingy. So we have to set this as this, and this one I can delete. This one I can put here. This one is true. This one is here. So we'll have to set the visibility as well of the whole widget. Set visibility. We will set it to visible. Yes, in this case we will set it to visible. Okay, so the widget will appear. In this case, the widget will appear. The good thing is that now we can change also the font a bit easier through the editor, and so I don't have to get crazy, you know, to change it. Now in the same way, here we'll have a visibility to false. We'll have a visibility to collapsed. And down here, okay, down here is the one of the item. So that's the most complex one, because the one of the item is a problem, because it's all C++. So I have to understand how to do it. I don't like it because you need this. Okay. Now for the item, failure to save. Yeah, failure to save because everything is open. I know. And also the server is up. I can close it. Where is it? No, server is not up. Okay, so for the item, what do we do for the item? For the item is more complex because we need. Maybe Gion, you can help me on that one. So I need to change. This one will be a UWidget component. I assume the UWidget component exists, right? I'm assuming that this thing exists. And this will be called still item name text. Yes, why not? Then in the initialization, UWidget component is not making it green. Yeah, it's called the UWidget component. Okay, fine. So now here in the initialization, we create default sub-object UWidget component. What we want to set the visibility. It's no more false, but I think it's like collapsed. So there is a visibility thing. If Visual Studio can help me. He's thinking on it. The set relative location will not work anymore. The set font, we don't care anymore. We just need to set the visibility to false as a default. But it seems that Visual Studio doesn't want to help me too much. Anyway, it would be e-visibility something. Come on. Why it takes so much to parse this freaking Unreal Engine header files? It takes like forever. Okay, I think it did it. No? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, item name, exactly. Text name, yes. Yes, that thing, yes. I want this. Widget component. What do you mean pointer to incomplete class type? Because you don't know Widget component? I need to import something else. Maybe I need. Sorry. Do I want it here or do I want it in the header file? Maybe I want it here because I have it here as well. Okay. So now we will have to reparse like for 3 hours, but now it should say. Please? No? Okay. There is set visibility for sure. The problem is which parameters set visibility has. Ah! Come on. Slate visibility. Okay, so there is the thing. So this is light visibility, which has, okay, finally it got it. In this case should be collapse. So we should start with the widget, the widget collapsed, okay, and then we will show it later on. Now the problem is that when I am setting, we said we were setting the item data, right? So we set the item data here. Item data in item, yeah, so here I want the item name to be, yeah, but it is okay. It is okay. We just set the item name, which is then replicated client side, which means that here we can get our item name, assuming that it gets replicated properly, and we can do the same with name text. Now this is not anymore the right variable type, so all of this I will have to redo. So let me compile, save. Yeah, it doesn't like it. I know. I will leave it like this. Don't worry. I close the editor. I recompile with the new widget component, so that now we get the widget component instead of the text render. I don't know why I started with the text render. Git. Now it's compiling. While it's compiling, let me just, because it will take a bit anyway, let me just search this Mac OS X git command no but I mean, it's doing nothing. It's not. All my git command do nothing. Exactly. Check which git. User bin git. Yeah, so you reinstall the Git package. I think we should do the same. We should reinstall Git on this machine. Okay, did it finish compilation? No. How do I reinstall Git on that machine? Let's try to reinstall it. Mac OS X Git reinstall command line. I think I need to do all of this. How old is this article? No idea. Ah, one failed. Why one failed? Use sync component cannot convert parameter 1 to late visibility to bool. What the fuck? Set visibility. Why set visibility is true while here? Ah, because we go through the get user widget. I understand. So in one case is hiding the whole component. In another case is hiding the widget below it. I mean, to me it's the same. What is better between the two? To hide the component or to hide the widget that is inside the component? I don't know. I think it's the same. We just need to be consistent. You know, if you do it one way, we should continue to do it one way. Otherwise, it becomes a kind of a mess. Let's try to do it the same way. So let's get this widget user object and set the visibility. Fuck, now I lost it. To is late visit. So let's do it this way. So we are hiding the widget. Okay, so I don't know if there is a lot of difference between hiding the component and hiding the widget that is inside, but I would assume it's pretty much the same. I would assume it's the same if my Visual Studio wakes up. Okay, so this way it should not complain anymore on compilation. I think it should be fine. So should we launch these commands for reinstalling it? I think I'm not doing too many, you know, too many mistakes. Doesn't even exist. Doesn't exist. This thing does not exist. Maybe this article is too old. Okay. I think there is no explanation on how to install Git from command line, which I would prefer, but okay, compiled meanwhile. Sorry, I'm doing two things at the same time. I don't know if this is too confusing to you, but I'm trying to do the Mac installation and fixing this thing at the same time because there is some downtime due to compilation, and I'm trying to use the downtime for that. Holy moly, look at this. Look at this, boys. We managed to do it. Okay. So it looks like I don't have a user object associated to my item, and so this thing is null, and so it's crashing, which makes sense, by the way. So I did not associate. User. So I need to create a widget. And I need to associate it to. I think it will be a set user widget something. Set widget. There is a set widget. Takes no parameters. No, it takes a widget, user widget. Yeah, I think it's this one. So, but first we need to create it. So, how to create a widget how to create a widget? Real engine create widget widget C++. Create widget. Do we assume that it is okay? No idea. So we need to create use scoreboard widget base. No. In my case, would be just a U widget. Okay. Is it a U widget? User widget. User widget pointer. My widget equal to create widget. So I think this one is better than the shit that this guy was doing above. Now the point is that I need my reference, which is I need to create. No, but the problem is the C++ code doesn't know about that widget because it's a blueprint, right? So it will never work. Fuck. The widget is only in blueprints. Can I create it by name? I think I can create it by name. I hope so. Create widget C++ by name. I'm pretty sure I can. Must be possible. Must be possible to create a widget by name. This guy is creating the widget. I don't want to create a widget. I want to instantiate a widget. Instantiate widget C++ by name. I should use F class finder and use reference. F class finder. I think I've used the load object, but I don't remember this F class finder. I think I've used no, I think I have some load objects. What is that? Constructor helper, F class finder, static constructor helper, class finder, user widget, some widget component, text. What do you mean by some widget component? Some widget component is just a placeholder, or is something that is existing? No. What do you mean by some widget component? Ah, okay. Is the variable name? A variable name is an F class file. I never seen this. Okay. So you are creating a variable which is actually a class finder of something. Okay, I never seen this. So you're saying that I'm doing something like that. So I create structure helper, class finder, user widget. So I'm declaring a new variable which is of this type, right? Which is an F class finder. And this variable is initialized with this, which obviously point to my widget. So this thing is finding the constructor of this is finding the resource. I mean, it's finding the asset. Okay, my widget is called with name tag, so it will be UI game win win name text. Now this is the name, so win name text point win name text. So this will be like the thing, and you are saying that this is name text widget. So then you're saying set widget class. Set widget class. I mean set widget class. Because it's to the component. Okay. Set widget class. Okay, because it's the same as you have in the editor. No, in the editor you can click on widget class and you can point it to. Okay, I understand. So this one should go here. So this my widget doesn't make any sense anymore. But set widget class needs a subclass of dot class. Okay, dot class. This dot class is so weird to me, actually. I have no idea what it's doing, but okay. But dot class, it really doesn't like it. It's uppercase. It's uppercase. Okay, so this thing will set the widget class to this. Okay, so assuming he finds this, assuming he finds it, now I don't know if he will find it, but obviously if we change this for any reason, if we rename this, we are fucked, because these are coded. So if we change the name of this, it's GG. Right, okay. Let's say that we don't change it. Then now it should not crash anymore, because at least it should find. But we set the widget class, but we don't set the widget. Do you think this one will not crash? Set user get user object widget. I don't know if there is a get user. I mean, did he create it already, or he just created the class? Because I don't know if you need to instantiate it, because like here is getting an object that is instantiated. And here it seems that it's just setting a class file. I mean, the type, this is just setting the type. But is it actually creating the widget? Because here I'm expecting the widget to be created, I think. I can compile it like this, but I don't know if we are missing a step. I have the feeling that it will crash, but let's see. Boom. I think because there is this set widget as well. There is a set widget, which is different than set widget class. So set widget, I don't know what it's doing, but is expecting, you see, is expecting a user widget, which to me is the same as this one, So I think we need to set the I don't know if we can create now. I don't know if there is an instantiate, something like go and do it, like something like go and do it. You can search all the widget, but init, there is an init widget. Ensure the user widget is initialized. We can do that. We can do that. Maybe that one is creating it. It's saying in the comment was saying ensure that the user widget is initialized. So it seems to be, a good hint. Boom. Boom. No, init widget does not work. Or anyway, it's not doing what we need. It's not doing. Maybe it's good, but it's not creating the object. So we need to create the object. There is update widget, but ensure the 3D window is created and its size content. Set widget. Init widget. But I think we can check what init widget is doing, but I think init widget, you see that is checking the class, but is also checking the widget. So but here is doing widget create widget. If Slate application is initialized, widget create widget. Maybe I cannot do this here. Maybe I cannot do this here. Let me go. Let me go up to. Let me go up to here. I mean, init widget we can call. Let's see. Let's see only with init widget, okay? But I think that the problem is that probably the slate and everything is not created yet. I don't know. There is something not yet initialized, and I think the object is not ready to accept, to accept this kind of setting. I think we have to do it later on, even if I need it on initialization. It's interesting that now it's failing to find the object. I mean, before before it was crashing, and now it's failing to find the object. Maybe it was crashing because it was not finding the object, and it was not able to give me this message. Okay, that could be good. If that's the case, this could be good in the sense that maybe it was crashing because this was null, you know. So why cannot find my widget? Let me see. If I take I think the easiest is to copy reference, no? If I copy reference and I put it here, should I put this here? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Usually he's using the reference directly, but okay, let me see if he finds it now, which would be already a success. No. Failed to find. Game UI game win name text win name text. So it cannot. Yeah, but he really cannot find it. The problem is that he cannot find it. So let me try to see if someone did this. The super initialize was missing. I mean, he wants me to call the super here, the super constructor. Actually, I'm not calling it. So actually, I'm not calling it. So maybe he has a problem with this. There is a check, some widget succeeded. Yeah, no, but I want it to succeed. I mean, if the check tells us that it's not going well, I mean, I don't care. He has to, he has to succeed. So we need to find a code that is actually working right. Is really unhappy. New object constructor called, but is not the object is currently being constructed with new object. Maybe you are trying to construct it on the stack, which is not supported. Okay, it seems that the call to super is something that it doesn't like at all. But I don't know if this super triggers something else in the code. Maybe now we are trying to construct a PS item actor and is getting upset. I mean, the easiest thing I can do, I can create a blueprint for this thing, you know? I can create a blueprint and fuck it. Is it easier? Maybe we can do it this way, you know? Why we have to go crazy? I mean, it's true that when we are creating PS item actors, we are creating really a lot of them because there could be potentially a lot of items on the ground. So if I can avoid, you know, creating a blueprint for it, I would prefer. I would prefer. Let me see if anyone is doing something with this. Let me see what this guy was doing. This guy was doing static constructor helper, user widget, BP UI main menu widget close finder. What is that? BP UI main menu widget class finder. I mean, he puts the class here. I don't understand. I don't understand what he's doing. I cannot understand this code. So if this thing is this BP class, so automatically you have a BP something that is created for you by Unreal? I don't know. No, because you see here is BP new main user widget. So he's basically adding class finder at the end of the name of his thing. Okay. So you mean that wait, class finder. Oh, no, but this is just the variable. This is just the variable. Okay, this is just the variable. So he can name it as he wants. But yes, he's doing this. He's doing it without the name. So he's doing it like this. Let's say he's doing it like this. But it is exactly the reference I had before. So it's exactly the reference I had before. And then he's getting the dot class. This guy is saying, obviously you can create call widget in a constructor, assuming you meant you are trying to call that somewhere else. So what this guy is saying is that we should basically leave it like this. So we cannot initialize in a constructor our widget. So he's saying, don't touch it later on. It's basically what this guy is saying. Which to me could be also okay. So we can leave it like this, and then as soon as we create an item, right, we could as soon as we create an item from other places in the code, we could or call init widget, or let's see what happens. We can see, let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this and see what happens. Okay, so if I leave it like this, I think the editor will run now. You should not complain, right? You should find the thing. No, but it's not finding it. I copied this from the reference, so it's correct for sure. Do you need to create a widget with a specific type, like user widget, to be seen by that loader, or because my widget is win name something, right? Win name text. Parent class UMG user widget. Blueprint type normal. Data only false. I mean, the reference is the one that I copied, so the reference is this one. So there is no possibility, you know, to mistake. U widget component. Should it be a U user widget component? No. No, because this is the widget component that contains a user widget, right? So I think this one is okay. Set widget class, but it's not finding this. It's not finding it. I don't know why, but it's not finding it. Blueprint? Why has this blueprint in front? Underscore C. There is this same shit of underscore C like there is on the other things. Okay, let me try, because I remember this underscore C. I remember that it was also on the characters. I had to add underscore C all the time to have it find the widget. Let me try like this. No, I have the editor open. No, alt reload. No, build, cancel everything. Redo. I think it may be like this. I think it worked. I think it worked. So it's the underscore C at the end. So you cannot copy the reference. You have to add that shit. Okay. And widget blueprint. Okay. So now it seems that our actor has properly initialized the widget. Now, if I call anything on this, it will not work, at least not in the constructor. That is what they say. Okay, fine. So, what do we do? We assume that our widget is available. Yeah, let's assume that our widget is available. Fuck it. So I'm assuming that is available. Okay, because we set the class. So when the object gets instantiated, maybe Unreal Engine is so smart to do it. You know, when you put it in the 3D world, I don't know. So, assuming that that works, now we just make it visible and not visible. The problem is that it's visible by default. But okay, I can disable the visibility somewhere else in the code here. So let's say that now I cast this to PS item actor. Yes, I'm getting this. Now in PS item actor, I will have my item name thingy, my get item name text, which is actually a widget, right? Well, actually, it's a widget component. Okay. So from this, I get the user widget object. So the same way, the same thing I do for this guy. Yeah, so exactly the same. So now the code here will look the same. will look the same as this. I cast it to win name text whatever, so assuming that this cast is working, then I can finally get txt name. Yeah, it's the same code as above, exactly identical. And I set the text, and here I set the visibility. Right? So here I should set it to visible, because it's where the first time when we click on the object. And oops, and here we set it to collapsed. Here we set it to collapsed. Okay, and this thing I have to put here. Okay. I mean, if the cast failed, I mean, we can maybe print something if the cast failed. Okay, just for so cast of widget name text failed. So at least we see it, because I think if it's not initialized properly, I think it will fail. It will not fail here on our character because we created it through the editor, and so doesn't like it because it wants this, I guess. No, it wants. No, wait, I did a mess here. This one should be made visible. Yes, exactly. It is the one that should be made visible and invisible. Okay. There are some warnings, but are from some other stuff, that some other leftovers. Cannot change it now. Okay, let's try to launch it and see what happens. And then, unfortunately, it's a bit late. I need to go. Go to widget, open is, and in class default set to hidden. Go to widget, open it. Yes. Yes. I can. You're right. We can do it from the widget directly. So the widget is invisible by default. Yeah. Good idea. Thank you. Yes. Because in fact we are not hiding the component. We are hiding the widget. So we can make the widget invisible as a default. I think the server is still loading. Or the server crashed? No, is it still loading? Okay, let me in now. Can I have a Gion? Do you know how to create the loading screen, which is, staying until the world is loaded? Because you see now I'm just waiting the world to load, and now the world finally loaded, but I didn't have text block. I didn't have a loading screen until then. Is it calculating distant field or what? Something is happening. It's super slow. On the character is visible, and is actually showing the name. So on the characters is kind of working, apart from the positioning, which is very fucked up, but the positioning I think I will figure it out. The character is working, but on the items is not working. Let me see if we get that cast failed that I just added. No, we don't get a cast failed. But at the same time, I mean, considering that now the widget is not hidden, in theory we should see the text block, next to it. For each item should have a text block next to it, but it doesn't have it. So it means that our widget somehow is not associated to our item. It should be easy to add a loading screen. Yeah, because I have a loading in the UI, but then when the character enters the world, it just staying there, waiting that the world loads around them. Like you have seen, you see the blue sky, and nothing else. Okay, so I think this widget definitely did not properly initialize. I don't know if I can, investigate. I can debug or print out the components that this object has, but definitely this thing does not have our widget attached. Unfortunately, PS Item Actor is only a C++ class, so I don't think I can see anything from here, If I go, is this thing, but if I don't think I can open. I can create a blueprint for it, right? I can create a blueprint. Maybe we can do this. We can create a blueprint and see what happens. Just to see what we have in the editor. Okay, so you see that we have our item name text, which is actually under mesh. Why is under mesh? And is not under the main actor? How is it in our character? In our character is inside a capsule component. I don't know, maybe it's just because you need to have one main, one root, But anyway, we see it. We see the name, we see this mesh, and we see it properly associated to my widget class, you see? But we have to change the screen space. Wait. Okay. We need to change the screen space. And the text, no, the text is inside the widget. We need to change this. Okay, so this was a good thing that we did it, because so I will delete it because I don't want it. But you remember to us that we need to set the screen space for this thing. So we need here somewhere to say that I have to set, can I get a, set, how is it called? Set screen, no, set visibility, no, set whatever, space. Let me see if I do set space, no, set space, set widget space, okay. It is a e-widget space, and then is screen, okay. So let's try like this, maybe you can use that loading screen plugin. I think we searched something like this already in the past. This is why you're saying. So we searched a loading screen plugin.
Official Unreal Engine live stream. Yeah. I think we have found it. So I never dedicated time to that, but I think I will. I will try to understand, you know. Because now that we are giving this to players, I'm getting a lot of, you know, oh, I just see the empty sky. What is going on? The screen froze, you know. So if they don't see a loading, they think that the game is frozen, and maybe they close it, you know. And if they close it, then they will never find out that it actually works. So for now, I have the widget visible because I want to see if it shows up. I don't know if he has any text by default, but it should be text block. Right? It should have this text block default thingy. I think I need to go to bed, by the way. Yeah, the server is still starting, so it's taking a bit. Okay, the server is up now, I think. Yes. Effect is loading. We have our nice text block always there, but I don't see it on the items. You see, I see my name, but the items do not have it. No, it's not working. Screen space was not enough. Screen space was not enough. So for some reason, this widget is not initialized. Or is not initialized, or is not visible, or is not working. I don't know. If I do show wireframe, no, it's just changing the geometry, but it doesn't show me the UI. I was trying to see if there was a UI, you know, somewhere associated to this, but Well, what we can do, we can test it. You know, we can, when I click on it, I can search the attached component and we can check if it exists or not, if there is a user object or not. Let's do that. Did you set up the attachment? I think it could be the problem. No, set up attachment I didn't do. The one that you said before, item text, set up attachment, root component, I can do it. Even if in the blueprint was showing up, but okay, let me try. This setup attachment. Do you think I can do it in the constructor directly? Because I want to do it in the constructor somehow. Setup attachment. Setup attachment. Setup attachment is in the setup attachment. Yes, it's actually here. Come on, give me the parameters, boys. Okay, you said that I have to point it to the root component. Well, the root component, I don't know, for me it's this. I mean, it's this item. I don't have anything else. Or I need to do this get root component. I don't know. Can I get the root component of this? Yes, I can. Get root component. But as we have seen, yeah, the root component is the mesh. For us, is the mesh, right? Can try to do this. To see if it fixes it. I should remove the other maps from the server because it's taking a long time to start up. I also need to put the version number here somewhere. Where should I put it? Maybe here or here? I want to put the version number somewhere because it will help me, you know, when now people are saying, oh, the game is not working or is giving me this problem, I want them to report at least the version number. It's working. I see a lot of text blocks. I see. Yes, it was the setup attachment. Thank you. Now this thing is moving weirdly, but by the way, we also get the right name. So we get chest if it's a chest. We get spotted battle axe of purity. Look at that item, bro. Look at that item. The spotted battle axe of purity. Super cool, you know. Can we make it? Can we make it two text with the same thing? Can we? So one is black. I mean, just to have some, because white on white is unreadable. White on black is readable, but white on white is pretty bad. I can make two text, you know, one black. So okay, so now I think we are ready to make it invisible, which is pretty cool. Do you want this code snippet, Gion, since we worked so hard for it, and copy paste it somewhere? I can paste bin and give it to you. I don't know, maybe you will have to reuse it. Maybe you will have to reuse it one day. I don't know. Take that. Because maybe you will need it. You already did it. Okay. So we can remove this shit because this is not needed. And now the good part is that we can actually hide it in the editor. And can I paste this text somewhere as well? I mean, where there were all these people saying it's not working for me, can we paste this? Where was that? We had few people, right? They were saying, how do I apply? Yeah, like here. I can post here and say this is how I did it. Oh my god, sign in with what? I sign in with Google? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. sign in. Yeah. Why ask me again? Okay. Yeah, this is me. I can say this is how it worked for me. Item name text. What is this variable? This variable is yeah, because actually it's divided in two pieces. One is this, and then well, it's just the declaration. Right? It's just the declaration of this thing. So I can say indi.h file in the cpp file. Okay. I think it's fine. Hey, what happened? Vadzmatats. Thanks for the follow. Hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we posted this thing, which is nice. So people can see it. And also the good thing is that in my signature, I have a bit of advertising for our MMO. And so, you know, people get the good stuff, but also can see who we are, and maybe they will join, you know. Okay, so we said, what we said? Yes, we said that this thing is done, and then what I wanted to do, I'm getting a bit tired, I say, but yes, I wanted to make that thing invisible as a default. So this one will be collapsed. So I want to make this window collapse. Now, can we have, you know, two text blocks, one which is white and one which is black, so that it does a bit of a, you know, a bit of a shadow effect, and so it can be readable well in both cases. Yeah, something like that. I think like this is enough. The best if it was a bit higher than that. Can I move it? Why that much? Yeah, like this. Like this is perfect. So we will have the black and the white, you know, and I think will be much, I mean, it will be a bit more readable. The only problem is now we have two text blocks, and or we bind it to a variable, maybe. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe we create a variable and we call it txt name var, and we make it an f string, and we make it a string, and then we bind the text. Can I bind the text? I don't know if I can. Text bind, yeah, bind, create binding to this variable, and so I will bind both to be identical to that variable, and so I will bind, and then those two can become, what did I do? I closed it. Okay, I didn't want to. So, and then these two can become, I think I can remove the variable here, right? Because I don't want to see it anymore from the outside, because I only see the other variable. So I bind both of them, the value of both of them, to my variable, and now Now my BP will complain a lot, I'm pretty sure. I have to change the title of the stream, by the way, because a new release will not be tonight. I think it will be tomorrow, but because I have to go now. So here this thing, if I compile it, it will complain a lot because this variable doesn't exist anymore, right? Exactly. So now we get the other variable, which is called txt name var. Yes, we get this one, and this one we set it. No. Simpler than that. Simpler than that. We just txt name. We just set the variable. We just have to set the variable. We don't need any of that anymore. We just set the variable, and thanks to the fact that we have come on, what is this? Okay, so we set the variable, and that's enough. So I can just take this, put it here, and take this and put it here, and take this and put it here. Sometimes these blueprint lines are kind of hypnotic. I like this, like drawing, it's not like programming. It's like drawing on the screen. When you have a lot of lines of different color, it's pretty nice to see. I mean, I like it. Okay, so now I think it should work okay. Did we make it invisible as a default? No, we forgot. Okay, so we need to make this collapsed as a default. Can I do it on the wall thing? Visibility, yes, visibility collapse. So I do it on the widget itself. So the whole widget will disappear. I don't know if I exaggerated with the, I mean, there is really too little the thing that I, but why it doesn't allow me to do it? I don't know. Before it was better, now it's worse. I can do this, and it works. Yeah, the problem is that the text block in theory should be, so the text, because this thing will extend, and the text should be centered. The text should be, I think the text should be centered, yes. It should be centered, and it should expand as, yeah, they should be identical. I don't know if it will work like this, but it should be, I don't know. Okay, so now we have it hidden by default, and we make it visible. We make it visible. Now, do we make visible the widget? Yes, we make visible the widget. So I think it should work. Okay, one last run, and then I go. But I think we basically did it. I think it's working, because it's working for players and it's working for items. So on the node graph, then top bar class default, maybe that too. Okay. So I think I solved it somehow. I think I did. I have no idea why the follow are not showing in the bottom left. Like Vazmat just followed, and again I have the same problem that the follow are not showing. It's so annoying. I don't know why the follow are not showing. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. So I think in Streamlabs there is something you have to connect, but it was working before. Now it's not working. Okay, so when I click on this, nice. Yeah, now the black part is a bit shit. I mean, they have to be in the same spot. I think there is some miscalculation here. Why? They don't get expanded in the same way. Okay, I will figure it out. I think it was a good idea, but it didn't work as expected. So I need to. I think it depends on the length. You see, it depends a bit on the length of the. Depends a bit on the length, and you have less or more offset or no? No, probably not. No, the offset is always the same. We get always the same offset, which is about one letter. But anyway, I will figure that out. But at least we can see the item names now. The thing is floating in an impossible place. I don't know why. I mean, I want it to be on top of the item. I mean, this one will be easy because this one is just in the character. So considering that one is very easy to the character is easy to fix because I have at the moment I have it here kind of in the middle, right? But if I go on each character, so like for example my cran, considering is an inherited component, right? Which is here. Now I can move this component where I want, and so I can put it on top of his head, you know. So now it should be fine. Now the problem is that then we need the widget to be centered here, which was a problem that we already faced, but I don't remember how we solved. But I can put it here for every character, you know. The problem is that the widget, you know, I remember you told me already how to do it somehow, Gion, but I don't remember. So it was like custom, no, desired on screen, something like that. Desired on screen, and then, and so in fact it moved. In fact, it kind of moved. Let me try like this. So now for the cran should be fine. Takes a bit to reload, but test member, test subscriber. When the widget is open and running, use the button below to test. Now I'm just opening the thing, the Streamlabs page to see if I can fix this. There is a test, so it is a fake one. What did it show? It shows a member. But member is not a follow. I want a follow. Manage team. So in the thing I have everything selected, but for some reason everything is enabled. I have donations enabled, subscribers. I think it should be subscribers, but it's not. There is a test again. No, is a follow, because a follow is different than a subscribe. So it's not you know, if I do the replay of the previous one, you see, this one is a follow that Vadzmat did 14 minutes ago, and I can see it, but in my Streamlabs, there is everything except follow. Under alert box, there is everything except follow. So why? Tell me why? Streamlabs, alert box, follow missing. Why the follow are missing? Now my problem is that I can make a screenshot and show you. But my problem is that you like this creature? My problem is that if I go into Streamlabs, you know, I have all these things enabled. You see here, donation, subscribers, members, super chat, pledges, merchandise, but there is no followers in this list. I don't know if it's members, but it doesn't look like, because members seems to be something else. So in this list, when I configure it, the follow is missing, which is the most important one. I mean, it's the most basic one. I'm surprised it's not there. I don't know. I will figure it out. I don't know. It's not working. It's nice to see the follow guys on stream, but it's not working as expected. Okay, who cares? Who cares for now? So anyway, our thing works. Did it start or not? I loaded up. But I think this is good now. See, I can already click, by the way. I'm in the loading, but I can already click on items. Ah, my chest. Yeah, now the... Let me see if it's good for my character. So. It's a bit too high. Okay, I will figure it out. Yeah, but now the black and white is working. the shadow is working. So if I'm in a completely white, you know, if I'm on a completely white background, it shows okay. Maybe I would change the font and make it. The only problem is to figure out how to make it centered somehow. But there were two settings in the component. Yeah, there was a setting. I think we've seen it the other time, but I don't remember where the hell it was. You say it was in the component? So like here we had to set something like, yes, the pivot, then draw at desired sides, cause the render target automatically match the desired sides. Warning, if you change this every frame it will be expensive. You need to effect, you should keep the outer widget size locked and dynamic scale. You think it was this one? And then I had to put the desired sides here, but I think I put it already, desired sides. And then I had to put this thing in the middle, not this thing in the bottom. But you see that as soon as I move this thing, things go completely crazy. No. You see? This is like, is making, if I move it to the bottom, is like, I think there was something that you told me, like the size to, first of all we need size to content for sure, huh? Size to content. If I do size to content, they are going to, no, they are keeping the offset, so it's good. They are keeping the offset. Yeah, it was set pivot 05 and 05, yes. And then the chat pop-up, we have it in the chat pop-up, yes. But do you remember if you were moving also this thing or no? If you were moving this, what is this 5%? I don't remember if you were moving this thing. Because it seems to be slightly different between the two widgets. Yeah, but I think it was stick to desired size was a big thing. So it was the one that was making it kind of work. Draw at desired sides. And then the pivot, yes. We will have to do the same on the item though, eh? Because so we have to do it in C++ as well to set the desired size on screen. The chat pop-up, yeah, the chat pop-up is beautiful, by the way. Thank you for that. Chat pop-up is working like a boss. Okay, so I was just trying to debug meanwhile the alert box. works, but it's not working. So we also have to exclude self, huh? No, it's still flying like a boss. Okay, I will copy it from the chat. But I will do it off stream. Okay, I will do it off stream. Okay, boys, I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching. In case you want to help us, you can follow here on YouTube and on Twitch. Visit our Discord and interact with us. By the way, the alpha version is out. Is actually available on Patreon if you want to try it. So if you go to Plane Shift, if you go to Patreon, if you go to, I will do it, don't worry. If you go to Patreon Plane Shift, you can connect, and there is, as you can see, there is a patch out. There is the first version 071 for Linux and 071 for Windows, which are out. You can download them here, or if you are already a player, you can just contact me or some other members of the staff on Discord and ask for the access if you are already a veteran player of the game. So with that said, thank you for watching. I will speak to you soon. I hope to release a new version maybe tomorrow. And yeah, that's all. See you boys next time.